Well, good morning, good morning, good morning. How we doing today? Let's have some fun. Now, bunch of stuff we have to understand. Today is what? The 22nd of January? Have you given up on your what goals? What about that New Year's resolution? You see, if we have a New Year's resolution, what are we doing today to accomplish it? The bottom line is going to be up to you to listen and learn today, and I hope you listen to me. I create millions and billions all the time. My name is Ray Reynolds. I'm the godfather of credit. They gave me that nickname on KNX Radio. All right. I've helped people for about 50 years in person or online. So today, if you'd like to change your life, Chad and Scott and all these other people, let me know. See, if we look at today's goal is to help you. The bottom line on that piece of paper, I hope you have a tablet and a pen. See, the problem is most of you are not ready to begin. You're not ready to write things down, and you're listening, and you're kind of like scrolling the internet, and what are you going to do? TikTok and all these other things, and listen to people go blah, blah, blah. I'm going to give you rules and tools. I'm going to give you foundation to build your dream, if you allow me to. Now, again, today, I'm going to give a lot of you a lot of free goodies because it's fun. I'm going to help with your kids when it comes to their personal credit because it's very simple. All right. This is going to be a free download for the people that help me today. That's why it's starting out right. Why is it free? Because I want it to be. I want to help people. If you've ever got one of my 67 books so far, any series from me, I'm going to read it to you. See, the thing that I don't like about social media so far in the last 9 weeks I've been on is all the blah, blah, blah without the rules and tools. They tell you, you need an LLC, you need 5 of these, you need this to get credit, blah, blah, blah. What I see very simple, it's very simple today. Hey, good morning, Alex, how you doing? Okay, this is this house of what? Okay, no problem. Wigs, fantastic. Bank, Rico, not racketeering? Okay, let's understand. Today, if you took the time and you wrote down fluctuation in today's date, January 22nd, okay, January 22nd, 2026. Today, if you listen and learn, the ultimate goal is how we get to the process, what needs to be done. In other words, this is your future. How's that? This should be your future. See, whatever you're doing today to make money, that's fantastic. Keep doing what you're doing. If you allow me to give you structure, rules, and tools, I'll help you change your life. Even Casey here today. But again, what does this mean? Now, again, I'm Ray Reynolds, Godfather Credit. They gave me the nickname on KNX Radio. Been on that station now 50 years. And I'm the guy that helped, what his name is Ken Yarborough. I was a consultant for TRW, which was Thomas Raymond Woolridge, years ago in the 70s and 80s and 90s. What happened is they started the credit system. The credit system was started based on an inquiry, by the way. An inquiry. It's because of tracking people applying for credit, not ripping off creditors. Unfortunately, people rip off creditors every day, and then unfortunately, that just kind of sucks. But then we have to pay the price for that too. So let's do this right now, okay? Let's write down today on your tablet and pen. It is January 22nd, okay? Very simple, 2026. Your goal should be a $10,000 income, all right, for your entity. Now, I'd like to help you create $10,000 a month, if that's okay. I'd like to show you the rules and tools. I'm not just going to say it, but I'm going to show you how to do it, okay? So what's going to happen is very simple. Here's hip hop, okay, that's good. Here's pickles, okay, fantastic, big pops. All right, big pops, let's understand. Here's Amanda. Now understand, let's write down fluctuation. You have to be, and this is Kim, fantastic, all right? She invited you here. Love Kim. Kim's great. Now, understand something. Fluctuation. What does this mean? If I was you right now, I'd get all your personal credit cards and put them in front of you. That's what I'd tell you to do. This afternoon at 3 o'clock Pacific Standard Time, Jason, I'm going to be online, and I'm going to demonstrate what's called a blueprint of success. I'm going to give you and Tony the ability to listen and learn. So let's understand. When I helped set up the credit system, 70s, 80s, and 90s, we took the oldest credit card out there flat out. That's history. Then we looked at fluctuation. Every card you have in front of you should have a sticky. Why? Because of discipline. No one's teaching you the rules and tools. And this is my 9th week on social media. I'm a guy that writes checks for hundreds of thousands and millions of dollars all the time for radio and TV. I'm nationwide all over the place as it is, as we play this game to win. So what does this mean? Here's a $10,000 credit card. If you got your card in the mail today for $10,000, oh, let's go shopping, let's go to dinner. Stop. First thing is we procedures put a sticky. Today, you should have a bunch of stickies in front of you. You'd want to put a sticky behind the card for one reason. When I helped set up the system, I created the 29% rule. Let's write down 29% rule. Lori, let's do that today. And Amanda, what does this mean? If this is $10,000, which it is, I can only use this for $2,900. The problem with most people, because they don't know rules and tools and the lack of discipline. That's right, Amanda, write down 29% rule. What does this mean? If I take this card to 30%, I've now put the card in the yellow in the dashboard. If I take it to 50%, I'm in the red. Because you jack up your credit cards and you back yourself in a corner, you get stuck, you can't get any more. And 80% of you have crappy credit because you're doing it to yourself because you don't know rules and tools. How long to set up corporation funds? Well, Alex, it depends on you. All right, I can build corporate credit. When I did it after coma, it took me 6 weeks to get $1 million. Okay, when I was on this show for American Success Journal, it took me 6 days. Okay, so again, I was just proving the world how you can do it right away for the corporate credit answer. Let's go back to basics. Alex, all right, you're never going to get it, ever. None of you are going to get it unless you have foundation to build structure, to build finance. That's how it works. So again, if we don't get to the rules and tools, we're not going to make it. Good morning, Jay. So what does this mean? If today I write down the word fluctuation, if I put a sticky behind every credit card, all cards fluctuate but two. Write it down. All cards but two fluctuate. And this is what the people aren't teaching you. And this is what I helped set up in the 70s, 80s, and 90s. I've been teaching and preaching for 50 years. So you might want to listen and learn and write it down today, because without that discipline, you're not going to make it. You're going to make your money and everything else. And the bottom line is you're going to basically, when you retire, you'll be broke. 97% are broke. Dead or broke at 65. They don't have a pot to what? You know what the answer is. Because they didn't build structure. Structure builds finance and builds the dream. So if we write down fluctuation, put a sticky behind the card, that's the first thing we have to understand. Okay? For your kids in high school and college, please, okay, if today you help me and you share this live with other people and you get people involved with me, all right, I'll even pay you some money. All right, when you become an affiliate, you can make $1,000 a day if you want to, just for referring people. Now, this is called Starting Out Right. This book I created for many reasons. So I wanted basically one thing for the kids today not to screw up like we did. Okay? Sounds cool. Well, it's up to you, Brandon, if you listen and learn. But what does this mean? This is going to show the kids in high school and college to start their credit file. It's always going to help them get their first credit card, and we even offer to do that for free, all the time. Now, when you get the free download today, because you're going to help me, all right, you're going to share the live with a lot of people, you're going to make some money at the same time if you want to, and you get the free download. And that's the only ones that help me. If you don't help, then you don't get the free download. We're going to help each other. Is that okay? Now, this is my my 9th week on TikTok and social media. Again, I just usually write big checks, all right, for radio and TV, and I'm on national radio anyway. So as we play the game. So again, write it down. Fluctuation. All cards fluctuate. We have to understand that. But two, these two do not fluctuate at all. So let's write down American Express Gold and Platinum card. They do not fluctuate. That means one thing. All right, I got American Express years ago to use dummy code, and I use dummy card. I got them the Blueprint of Success. I own the rights to that for 40 years. They use a blueprint loan. So understand, they pay attention as well. I hope you do as well. Now, these are unlimited. A gold and platinum card is unlimited, and don't listen to the blah, blah out there. You need this and that. It's a bunch of hooey. I'm an affiliate. I can get you these cards when I get you to a 640, 649. And the reality is very simple. They don't fluctuate. The reason you want these cards personally is basically if you have a bad day or lost your job, you do want to use these cards in emergency. Why? All right, here's forever happy and free. Fantastic. Now that means we need $100,000 income per month, and then we need $5 million in the bank. Good morning, Kim. Thank you for the roses as well. Now watch what happens. All right, here's Lavelle. Lavelle, these don't fluctuate. So if we put a sticky behind our cards today, sticky, I'm going to say we're going to dummy proof it because the reality is I'm silly when I do something new. I feel kind of dumb. I want to master the things that I do. So if these fluctuate, I have to remember something. If I take them past 29%, I've dropped my score. I get stuck. I can't get any more. On average, how long does it take to build credit? Well, GM, all right, basically it's up to you. I can do it in 6 days. I can do it today. How long can you get off your assets and listen and pay attention and get your tablet and pen and show up at 3 o'clock today? See, it's on you. All right, you got to realize you're in control what you're trying to do. You're in control. I will show you how. My dashboards, I can build millions and billions of dollars. Okay, I'm here. Fantastic. All there. 3 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. I'm going to show you for an hour and a half exactly how to create your own blueprint. And then I'll even offer to do it with you for you. And if you want $1 million of credit, I'll build that too. See, the reality is you need some help and guidance. We all do. Good morning, Christopher. So write it down again. These do not what? Fluctuate. They do not what? They do not fluctuate. Let's write that down. Okay? So if I have lost my job today, an emergency, I need money. If I jack up these cards, I'd be dumb because they fluctuate. If I jack up these, my score never drops. It never drops. If I'm going to build a foundation, and I'm the largest registered agent in the world, and I've sold 10 times corporations than anyone on this planet to this day. How's that? And I help make millionaires and billionaires all the time, and my clients are Lakers, Dodgers, Clippers, Angels, and presidents of the United States of America. Now, corporate credit doesn't show up on personal file. Write it down. Corporate credit does not show up on personal file. The only one card that does is a Capital One. So you buy companies on credit cards. Hell no, Brandon, that's stupid. That's dumb. So no, you don't buy damn credit cards. That'd be dumb. Okay, I mean, we're not going to be dumb. We're going to plan this right. Structure builds finance and builds streams. Most of you do that, buy things on credit cards. It's crap. Credit cards for personal build you score to be a CFO. Then you have to write down, you ready to write it down? LLC. There are 9 types. What kind you have? LAP, LLP, C Corp, S Corp, nonprofit, or PC. These are the 6 categories, Tim, that Supreme Court said is a legal person. So Freddie, let's pay attention. All right, what happens? Again, what do? We build structure for finance. So the bottom line is, what is your point about buying, all right, or for buying bananas or groceries? Well, the reality is you wouldn't use your credit cards to buy groceries. That'd be kind of dumb. But again, maybe that's what you want to do. I don't know. All I know is if you could build structure, you can finance the dream. And your paycheck. So you know something, Brandon. Let's pay attention. Let's turn these up. Okay? Let's understand something. All right? Your paycheck is taxed. Okay? Because you don't understand the SS5. None of you know about and think about the SS5. And the problem we have in today's world is the SS5 is what started it all. I have an LLC for my business. Fantastic. This is Lucky Boyd's, okay? The LLC, understand something. All right, eventually, whatever type you have, there are 9 types to have, you're going to convert it to an S Corp until you get to 3 to 5 million. At 3 to 5 million, you're going to change strategies again. Volume of money, strategies should always change. Okay? So again, you've never heard about an SS5. Well, that's what everybody has a problem. See, here's the problem. The circus out there and the clowns don't buy a house, and he's basically bad talking. I got 2 for 50 million. He's the biggest clown out there. All right, don't do this, don't that. You need 3 LLCs, need this, and stop. If we could get to the point to understand, so it's like an LLC. No, it's not like an LLC. Okay, no. You, Brandon, you write down your name. Your name is Brandon. Today is the 22nd of January, 2026. And your first thing is put your credit cards in front of you and get some damn stickies out. Because if you don't have the discipline, you're never going to make it. None of you will make the millions and billions like I have. I became a corporate billionaire at 21 years old. Okay, 21. I got my first million in the bank, okay, literally in the bank when I invented Car Finder. My first series in 1976 is Winning the Game of Business. See, this is corp to corp. And I had $1 million in the bank at 15 years old. What did you do? I never went to high school. It would waste my damn time. I got tested at T-Week Junior High, all right? And then the government sucked me into a government program. So if you can understand, what do we get to do? I know rich, young, because you made good choices and had a payphone company. Well, yeah, I had the payphone business. That's one of my books I wrote 47 years ago. But again, I just made good choices. Hell, I was born in a friggin' taxi. Ate out of a trash can, got used and abused as a kid. I just wanted out of hell. Okay? Good choices. We all screw up. Congratulations. Okay? I don't have parents. Well, why does everybody go there? Okay? I'm a orphan. Okay? I didn't get a mommy and daddy like you. I want out of hell. God, I want out of hell. So that's why I fought at the library all the time. You got a mommy and daddy? Congratulations. Respect it. I got crap. Okay? I got crap. Okay? I'm here to hear your story. No, you hear pieces of it. But everybody goes, yeah, your parents. I didn't get parents. Okay? When you move 24 times by the time you're 20 or 11 and a half years old, a lot of shitty people. Okay? All right? So let's understand. It has nothing to do with mommy and daddy, because I didn't get that. It had nothing to do with anything else besides God, all right, family, money. Family, to me, I got married 20 years ago. My wife and I became one 20 years ago. So I'm always going to tell you, because I'm going to preach and teach to you. I'm also a pastor, all right, from there, simple. Understand, licensed in California, okay? So what do? Here's a corporation, yes, but again, that LLC, LLP, C Corp, S Corp, PC is a legal person because Supreme Court said so. Supreme Court said so. What it is? It says it's a legal person. Jeremiah, yes, okay, bless the man that is, all right, in the Lord, who basically hopes in the Lord, it says, okay? Fantastic. All right, the Bible's fantastic. It's the book. It is the book of life. It gave me balance. But in the beginning, I was screwing up all over the place. Okay? Screwing up. We all screw up. Congratulations. So, if we're going to be winning the game of business, my first series I put out there when I was 16. In 1976, I was 16 years old, teaching people how to get millions and billions. Why? Because I could. And what happened is very simple. I had a beard at 12. They didn't know how old I was. It's none of their business. So the bottom line is very simple. So if we look at structure builds finance in the dream and accomplishes goals. The problem we have to go back to is ourselves. We have to think about ourselves first. God first, family, money. Okay, that's how it works for me. So what happens? All cards what? Fluctuate. Roger, write it down. All cards fluctuate. All cards what? Fluctuate. Okay? So what we have to understand is very simple. Alexis, we have to understand how it fluctuates. Now, 70s, I'm the consultant for TRW. TRW was Thomas Raymond Woolridge. They made bicycle parts. Got it? They also gone to California and got information business. That's what they did. Okay, Roger, okay, God bless, man. Amen. Okay? Well, that's what it is. See, I have to do my best, let God do the rest, amen to that too. That's how it works. If we understand fluctuation. I started basically TikTok and social media literally 9 weeks ago. This is my 9th week. I now have over 25,000 followers in 9 weeks, and I'm going for 50 now. Okay, I'm enjoying myself on TikTok and social media. I've never tried it before, about 9 weeks ago. See, when you're the second largest advertiser in California, you just write checks for hundreds of thousands, millions of dollars. And that was me for about 32 years. Now write it down. I want you to take your cards, personal cards, put them in front of you. I want you to get out of sticky. When I help set up this system, it is the oldest card. Then it's understanding fluctuation. All cards fluctuate but two. That means when you use it based on a percentage of utilization, this is where you screw up. All the dashboards say below 30 because they have to. They should give you the rules and tools. If you have kids today, okay, this is a free download to you. All right, if you help me, I'll help you even more. Starting out right. This helps the kids, all right, start their credit file in high school and college and learn rules and tools that you never learned in the first place. When you get the free download today, I want you to read it yourself because you're missing so many pieces you have no idea. They call this Little Ray. How's that? They made it after me. And then cute, my art department. So what do? with Capital One and American Express. Well, it doesn't matter what kind of card when it comes to fluctuation. So if all cards fluctuate, because this is Citibank, okay, as an example, all cards fluctuate. There's only 10 cards that are worth the darn. Only 10, in my opinion. But again, what's my opinion worth? I've created my first $1 million in the bank at 15 and a half after I invented Car Finder. I created my first billion at 21 through corporate structure, 2.6 billion at 26. How am I doing so far? 2009, I died in a coma. I have, 3.7 billion of structure. It was stolen by my tax attorney. What else is new? Because I died in a coma. Let's watch. These do not fluctuate. Write it down. Gold and platinum cards do not fluctuate. Is there any bank I should avoid when trying to get credit cards? Understand, there's only 10 cards that are worth the darn. I'm an affiliate with $62 million of credit on dashboards, live credit, not trade line crap. To me, that's a fraud. These do not fluctuate. Let's write it down. Okay? Gold and platinum. So here we got Danny. Danny, I'd like you to do a couple things today. Let's use Danny as an example. Here's a tablet and a pen. All right, it's January 22nd, 2026. Danny's goal would be fluctuation. All cards fluctuate. Danny would put a sticky behind every card. And like, this is a $10,000 card, 10,000. What do? If I use it past $2,900, I will drop my score. So I have to use it for 29% below, okay, and above. That's what we do. So what happens? Very simple. If I use this at 29%, I am in the green. If I use it at 30, I'm in the what? Yellow. 50 is red. This is how I designed the system in 70s and 80s and 90s. All right, someone's asking limit on American Express. These cards, look at online, it says they're unlimited, because they are. Unlimited means up to $1 million if you can prove you can pay for it, okay? You're owning hotels and buying, all right, and well, you buy all kinds of fun stuff. When I wrote my first book, as you mentioned, about payphones 47 years ago, I got 22,000 payphones doing 6.6 million a month. When I wrote the book on laundromats, car washes, I got silly clients. You need to get a car laundromat. Now, understand, yes or no? Do you want to work there or own it? I want you to own it as a division. I want you to own it to create 10,000 plus a month auto income. There's the difference. I'd like you to understand what you can do. So again, what do? It's very simple. If we look at these cards to answer one question is, all right, for Danny and everyone else, they're unlimited. What does unlimited mean? Very simple, okay? All right, they also have a POT. Because I'm an affiliate, I got them to do a POT 18 years ago. That's a paid overtime limit, by the way. The paid overtime limit, Monica, should be $100,000. Up to $100,000. So let's understand. I would like you to have $100,000 of personal credit. $100,000. Why? Well, let's understand. Our paycheck is taxed, okay? We get the leftover. Then everything we touch is taxed again because you didn't do tax balancing. You have no idea about tax balancing. Heck, you don't even know what an SS5 is, and that sucks. The knowledge is power, but most people going blah, 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 they're a bunch of circus clowns, in my opinion. So here's Eddie G. Fantastic. Listen, very simple. If we do this correctly. If I'm a CFO, Chief Financial Officer for my family first. Foundation builds what? Finance and dreams. Now, what happens is procrastination is the killer of a dream. So I'd like you to have basically, no, not using 30%. No. Brandon, pay attention. If I get you $100,000 of credit, I would want you to have these cards as safety. Don't use them and abuse them. And all these have 29% rule in the sticky. Now, most people are in debt $29,000, believe it or not. If you're in debt $29,000, that 29% rule, that leaves you $71,000 of safety for that old blankety blank day. So join this live, all right, share the live, and I'm going to give you a bunch of free downloads for the fun of it. And if you want to make some money today, $5,000, $1,000, or a couple $100, you could basically share the live with everyone else. All right? How much on the sticky is your ceiling? Well, 29%. Very simple. We got to dummy proof it. This is the $10,000 credit card. That means I can't use more than $2,900. If I do $3,000, I'm in the yellow. $5,000, I'm in the red. So if we get the discipline down first, Okay, what's going to happen is, like for your kids in high school and college, get them the free download starting out right, because they need this. Everyone, you even need it. If you got the hard copy, it's going to cost you about 20 bucks. But today it's a free download. If you help me, help you. How's that? Starting out right. Let's go back in time. Let's understand what we get to do today. We get to change our lives if we want to. Will you want to change your life? I think you can add a lot to what you're doing today, but it's going to be up to you. You see, I'm going to talk about auto income at 3 o'clock today. At 3 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. Live, an hour and a half. If you show up, have a tab and pen ready to begin, and invite all your friends and family. What happens is very simple, is the rules and tools. You're probably going to have to reduce some of your debt to ratio. Good morning, Brandy. She's our GM, okay? So as we play this game. So buying a car, well, first we have to build that foundation. Foundation, again, what do we have? Fluctuation, sticky behind card. Next thing, for emergency, we have gold and platinums. They don't fluctuate. So these are the cards I use in the little blankety blank day, lose my job, have an emergency, this is what I do. Unfortunately, all of you jacked up the wrong damn card. You dropped your score, got stuck, couldn't get more. You're good people, most of you. What happens? You backed yourself in a corner. The car should be bought as a division of a corporation. See, it's like your question for here is Brandon asking the question. Let's understand. Today, your car is registered to you. Your car is registered to you. Good morning, Seth. Good morning, Christopher. What does this mean? If you get in a bumpity bump today at the store, they're going to sue you. And if you have a spouse, they're going to sue her or him too. There you go. You brought the pain home because you did not plan the problem. You should have planned the problem. You should have took your LLC, which you have 9 types, LLP, C Corp, S Corp, nonprofit, or PC, and had a division. The division should be the registered owner of the car. Division should be the registered owner of that car. In a bumpity bump, you could throw away the division, not hurting you and your family. Your lack of knowledge is why you're going to bring the pain home. All of you have had to fight through the pain, and you got to realize what that really means. All right, not easy. So today, it's like that corporation or that entity you have, division process. Banks basically do one thing. They bank branches, locations. Yes, teach us. Well, if you listen and learn today at 3 o'clock Pacific Standard Time, I'm going to demonstrate what I call a blueprint. I'm going to show you exactly how you can take your entity, whatever you have, and have division process. Okay? If a division, register owner of your car, here's Brandon, understand LLC, LLP, Corps, all right? All divisions, all right, as you said, car. Well, here's the problem. You don't plan the problem. Okay? Like Jake. Jake doesn't plan the problem. He loses his job today, pop. What happens? Panic time. Then they jack up the wrong damn card. There's a problem. What do? These are the cards you jack up. Because they don't bring the score down. They don't bring the score down at all. So if we jack up the wrong card, we just backed ourselves in a corner. For 45 years, I've said never bring the pain home or stop bringing the pain home. Because that's what people do. They bring the pain home all the time. If we build structure that builds finance in the dream, it's very simple. What's going to happen for all of you, you get to learn to play the game. What is the game? Corporations' credit doesn't show up on personal file. Corporations can build $1 million of credit to the corporation pretty quick. Each division can build $1 million credit as well. So as we do this, thank you for joining the fan club. I appreciate all that. Thank you, thank you. So just have a fall back if something happens. What do you mean something happens? Every one of us go through crap. The world sometimes wants to knock us down. Get ready to play because guess what? Every time you're not prepared, you get your assets kicked. It makes no sense. We're all going to have problems. The devil tries to knock us all down and trip us and fall on our face. If you don't protect your assets, there's your problem. You have to understand something, okay? God is always first. Family, my wife and I became one 20 years ago, and then money. God, family, money. God, family, money. Write it down. That's what I live by. That's why I help people all the time for 50 years. I'm online, can you understand, 6 days a week, twice a day. I've been in front of people or online for 50 years helping people daily. Okay? I don't want you stuck. You get my book, I'm going to read it to you. Okay? You get a program from me, I'm going to show you how. I'm the founder that created millions and billions of dollars. So it's like anything else. My clients here, all right, from years ago, winning the game of business, then I turn it into what? The Millionaire's Founders Kit. I'm in it, all right, to win it. Well, that sounds good. That's one of those cliches that people say. But what is it? If you want to win it, it's structure. It's very simple today. If I look at my credit cards, they fluctuate. We write down and put a sticky. We cannot go past 29%, ever, ever, ever. And all of a sudden the excuse is I had an emergency. That's a bunch of hooey. These do not fluctuate. These what? Do not fluctuate. So if you're going to have an emergency, lost your job, and that's your excuse, these are the cards you would use because you don't have to worry. Your score never drops. You could be maintaining your 750 score today. Unfortunately, most of you don't have that. Only less than 7% of you have good credit. The rest sucks. Okay? Did you structure rapid rescore? Yes, of course I did. How did you know that? Okay, it's very simple. 49 years ago, I created Rapid Score for mortgage companies, okay, and Rapid Refresh to block crap today. So yes, that's one of the things that I set up being a consultant for the system years and years ago. So it's pretty simple. Rapid Refresh blocks your crappy credit and builds your score up so you get more credit to balance your debt. It's like if you had the corporation today. Every one of these bank accounts tied to one bank account is getting a line of credit for $150,000. If you can get past the silliness, you could have $150,000 times 18 right here. Simple. But again, that gives you the finance and the dream. Remember, structure builds finance, and guess what happens? It builds your dream. Good morning. All right. Good morning, Mindy. How you doing? So as we play this game, okay, how does it rapidly block stuff? Well, what happened years and years ago in mortgage companies, okay? This is in the late 70s. We have problems, two things. Number one, people want to use credit to get into the down payment for the house. All right, my suggestion was gifted money because somebody will gift you some money. It worked. Next thing is on a rapid refresh, if you do rapid score, people are in escrow. If you're in escrow, they're telling you to reduce your debt to ratio because you didn't pay attention to me. What does that mean? We get to do one thing. All right, we get to reduce our debt to ratio in an escrow because anything under the Fair Lending Act is very simple. You're not supposed to get inquiries during that process. So what do we get to do? So as we play this game to win, what happens? Okay, so I came up with Rapid Score, a system that lets you recalculate while you're in an escrow. From there, Rapid Rescore was born to help block stuff because it's in effect. It actually it's a booster. It's in the system that boosts credit. It's called Rapid Refresh and Rapid Rescore. So what happens? Very simple. So that's basically in the late 70s and 80s and 90s because it works. So guess what? Because buying on credit isn't good. Well, we don't want to buy on credit that's good because your problem is you. You're using credit to use it and abuse it. All right, most people, unfortunately. What we buy things on credit, understand. If you have that LLC, LLP, S Corp, C Corp, nonprofit, you're going to want to create debt to offset taxes. For instance, okay, American Express gives you a blueprint loan for $250,000, $250,000. If I was to take the American Express blueprint loan, and I bought what? I bought what? A franchise. Today or yesterday, hell, you drove by the Wendy's restaurant. Why don't you go inside and see who the owner is? It's owned by an investment company. Why aren't you that company? Why don't you own 25% of a Wendy's restaurant? You never thought about it. Unfortunately, you did not. If you would take a check from the line of credit for a blueprint loan and put it into escrow, you'd own 25% of a Wendy's restaurant. That would give you up to $10,000 a month. But again, that's going back to here. And what we're looking to do, Ray Reynolds Auto Income. Every division should have a different function. And what happens with most of you, because you want some quickie thing or whatever, in and out, you're not taking the time to understand what needs to be really done. Here's the ace what? What if you have no history in Rapid Rescore? Well, the reality is, here's 4 people the other day, have no history, and it boosts them 160 points. How's that? Okay? They have no history, and here's basically a 710 with no history. That's what it does. So the reality is very simple. So as we do this, he sold out and bought into a PETA pit. Well, the reality is, I don't know what that means. The bottom line is you can have the ability to buy a restaurant or Wendy's or Jack in the Box or even a storage unit, laundromat. So what happens is very simple. I bought my first Jack in the Box when I was 19. Why didn't you? Why didn't you? Just different franchise. Now, again, you have to realize what can you afford to finance under the structure. There's the key. Structure is finance. Okay? This is showing the 10 businesses you should have anyway. They're ran by a management company. So if you took the credit I help you build under the blueprint loan of AmeriExpress, what you would do is you'd buy a piece of a franchise. See, I believe none of you are creating lifetime legacy for your family. What if you have bad credit because of collection? Who gives a crap, Mike's? Outdoor Supply. Your credit can be rebuilt. Mike, do this today. Go to the 3 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. Let us analyze your credit. Let's put a rapid refresh in place. Let's boost your score up, get you some credit to reduce your debt. Okay, come on. You have credit cards that give you damn courtesy checks all the time, or courtesy checks. You have solutions for problems if you listen and learn. How long does a rapid refresh take if you have no negatives? You can get a rapid working within 5 days, 10 days. But I would tell you to keep rapid rescore in place the whole time. Why? Because you're always going to be fluctuating your credit. It keeps boosting it up and away, but it's up to you. All right? See, it's like you're in an escrow. Rapid score, rapid refresh. Usually escrows are about 90 days to buy a house, right? So a lot of times people do it during, 1 or 2 times or 10 days. That's it. I think it's good to block crap and push scores up. But again, let's go back to basics because a lot of people come into this late. Your cards, personal. You need basically what? Simple. Well, you can DM me. CPNs are frauds, whoever wrote CPN. Okay, that's consumer private number. When I worked for witness protection in the 70s, we did that for one reason, for people who had witness protection. That's the only reason they were set up for it. So every 10 days, no, I didn't say every 10 days, I said that's what's in an escrow. Okay, you keep twisting words. You need to go to the 3 o'clock Pacific Standard Time and slow it down and understand rules and tools. All credit fluctuates but two. If you take this system that I set up basically in the 70s and 80s, I am the consultant for TRW. They became Asperian. How's that? I trained a man named Ken Yarborough. He was security chief at TRW. He became Asperian. If we look at our cards in front of us today, first thing I tell you to do is put basically what? A sticky. All right, trade lines are fraud. If you want to do fraud, get a trade line, lie to the next creditor, and go to prison. Trade lines are a friggin' joke, okay? They're fraud. You want to do RICO? Go for it. So what happens? All cards fluctuate. What does this mean? It fluctuates. So if I take this $10,000 credit card today, $10,000, and I go what? Put my sticky. I have to dummy proof this. This is the things people don't teach you. Here's Big Wise. You're here again. Okay. Did you go to 3 o'clock Big Wise? You were here the other day. Again, what do we look at? If this fluctuates, as they all do, if I keep it at 29%, I'm in the green. 30% is yellow, 50 is red. Your problem with the lack of knowledge and the discipline you're lacking sometimes, you bring the pain home. How do I build your credit with no primary trade lines? Sir, ma'am, I don't know what it is. I have 62 million of credit. I can build you out of nothing. Okay, nothing. Would you like something today? Pay attention, okay? Because if I get you a card for $10,000 today, not next week, today, I expect you to put a damn sticky in the back of the card. And if you use more than 20 and $100, I won't help you anymore because there's a problem. All right, so DM me, DM in the system, the link tree is right below you. If all cards fluctuate, all right, what is the next step? 3 o'clock Pacific Standard Time today. I'm going to show you a blueprint example. I'm going to blueprint you my way. I need to, going to create score 823. What's next? I have an 844, big deal. Okay, who cares? All right, your credit score is to be looked at as a CFO. That's it. You're not there to use it and abuse it. Okay, who cares? Your credit score should be boring as hell. Boring, okay? My wife has an 845 right now, and I have an 844. She beats me by 1 point, and now I'm the godfather of credit. Women always get better points than men. It's how the system was done. I can read a blueprint. Well, the reality is, why don't we create one, Brandon? Why don't we create a blueprint for you today so you can play the game to win? How about we create a blueprint? Okay, and that's what we want to do as we do this. Very simple. So what does that mean? Okay, so if I look at your score is 400, so what? Let's do a rapid rescore for you that's got a 400 score. Let's push it up, and let's look at why it's so bad. What did you jack out? What did you screw up? You have a collection? You have what? Bankruptcy? See, all this stuff can help you. When I wrote the first book called Prove It or Remove It years ago, and it's very simple. Okay, student loans are not even supposed to be there, but if you have them, there's a way to block them or to negotiate them. There's ways to actually get rid of those too. But we get to play. Do I call, all right, with you, I'm in the Credit Refresh Corp program. Well, talk to your specialist if you're in the program. It's simple. It's only not even 4 o'clock in the morning here. It's 3:58. Okay, there you go. 3:58. So a couple hours, call your specialist. That's all you got to do. So what happens? First time here. I'm locked in. I need help. Well, you all do. What does this mean? Well, let's understand something. Today, our first thing is fluctuation. January 22nd, 2026. Fluctuation. All cards fluctuate. You need sticky time. Hey, we got to dummy proof this. Okay? Dummy proof this. Here's House of Weeks. How much is your program? See, even that, it doesn't make sense. How much is this? No, stop. Stop. Okay? Okay, get the free information, suck it in, bring with your foundation, go to the 3 o'clock class, and find out if you want to get into a program. Whatever program you get into, you're stuck with me. You buy one of my 67 books, hell, I'm going to read it to you. I'm going to read it to you. Got it? So what you got to understand something, for 50 years, 6 days a week, I'm online to help people. Help you. Today, this is a free download during this, all right, if you help the live. Share the live with everybody. Thank you for joining the fan club. And what does this mean? Starting Out Right is written for your kids, high school and college. Get a copy for you too, because you'll need the rules and tools. Your lack of knowledge is why most of you have crappy credit. Enjoy our crappy credit. Sucks. Thank you, Mindy. So what happens is simple. If we go back to basics, okay, will they set me up a call or with you? No, I'm $5,000 an hour. Okay, you're not going to pay me. You want to go to class for free. Okay, they'll talk to you. Okay, I don't talk to free. I do this stuff for free. So you want a private consultation? Get out your checkbook. Zell now. Okay, winning the game of business. That's your goal. Okay, do you do credit repair is a fraud? Why does all these people in the world think about credit repair? Now, if you want to get ripped off, hire a credit repair company. They're going to be doing what? They're doing a credit repair sweep this year. They're putting them all out of business. Come on, the credit repair cloud, the biggest blah, blah, blah out there, got indicted. 3 million is going to prison. These idiots are going to prison because they're lying to you. I'm going to write letters, not like you. Come on. Write your own damn letters. It's called Winning the Credit Game. By the way, I wrote Winning the Credit Game too. Okay? It's also a free download today if you're nice to me. If you're nice to me, if you're not, forget it. Why would I give it to you for free? I don't like turds. There's always a turd everywhere. There's always a turd going blah, 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 blah. So if you're nice, I might give you that too. Winning the Credit Game. It'll give you rules and tools. I'm always nice. Well, that's good. I'm glad I'm always nice too. All right? You see, I do my best. God does the rest. Amen to that too. And always good. It's a mindset. I've been telling myself that since I was a little boy. I'm one of the few, one of the many. All right? I'm one of the few, one of the many. See, I have a problem. When you basically, all right, are used and abused as a kid and you'll get a mommy and a daddy, you'll go through hell. I was always at the library reading. It's simple. That's how it works. So what happens is very simple. I want you to pay attention. Thank you for the likes and everything else. All right, the specials get here at 6 o'clock. Okay, so give them to 6:15. Now, what does this mean? Very simple. All right, so I cannot move to heaven. I will raise hell. Okay, well, the reality is very simple. I think this world is hell at times, and we just have to pray and ask God forgiveness. That's all you got to do. As a licensed pastor in California, all right, read the Bible. It's very simple. $5K for your year program? No, I got programs that cost $30,000. I got programs that cost $300. Pick one. I got programs right now are free. Free. So where do you want to begin? The bottom line you have to understand today is very simple. today, say hi. Okay, this is Tom something. Hello, 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 hello. Hi, hi, hi. Now, if we basically take for basics, here's the first thing I want all of you to get for your kids in high school and college. It's a free download today, free download. All right, if you do this right, it's free. I want them to understand how to play the game and win. I do not want them to make the same mistakes we did. That's the next generation. That is basically fluctuation. That's how to set up their first credit card and have the discipline that we screwed up. Got it? Now, you should get a copy for yourself because why? Your lack of discipline is what the problem is. Now, through my studies of law and accounting since I could barely walk, John D. Rockefeller was my hero. John D. Rockefeller is very simple. I have over 67 books, okay? Pick one, okay? It's very simple. But again, as we play this game, all right, John D. Rockefeller did one thing. All right, this is 1934, irrevocable trust. See, the reality today, you're not building a foundation. You're not building legacy. You're going to set your family up, set them all up to probate. You're all going to have your family next generation in probate because you don't listen and learn how to play the game. Irrevocable trust. Very simple as we do this as well. All right, so again, what do? Get the free download for your kids. Read it yourself because you need it. What happens? All cards fluctuate but two. Good morning, Jay, again. Thanks for the rose. All cards what? Fluctuate. So tap the screen 1,000,000 times. Hey, I gave myself hearts. I like that. It worked today. I gave my hearts. It's good. I like me. I've always liked me. Because I have to like me because I'm stuck with me. God, you have to like you. That's how it plays the game. And that's as I said, I like myself. Yeah, it's true. All right, see, it's like if you share this live today, share the live with 50 people, 100 people, 5 people, 10 people. I'm going to give you free downloads because you shared the live and you helped me help you. I got 25,000 followers in 9 weeks. How am I doing? I decided to help people online to try and see what happens. Yeah, free. I like free. Because the reality is you've been ripped off. Come on, you've been ripped off by friends, family. Everybody's taking advantage of you. You don't believe in anything. You don't trust anything, and you're stuck. Congratulations for being stuck. But if you listen and learn today, here now, rules and tools, go to the 3 o'clock Pacific Standard Time this afternoon. Okay, what happens is I'm going to basically show you how to structure yourself. I'm going to read it. Well, I'll just read it and go to the 3 o'clock. You've popped in here twice, and you're sitting there going, it's about it. If you don't get off your assets and go get it, the reality is you're stuck. All right, you're just, treading water? You get stuck? All right, most of you in that routine, the routine. You got married, you got stuck. That routine sucks. If we change it, shake it up a little bit, all cards fluctuate, sticky time. When you jack up a card, you got stuck because you screwed it up. Your lack of knowledge. These cards don't fluctuate. So if we understand fluctuation, true, yeah, it's very true. See, I have a couple of things, problem with me. I rhyme all the time. They told me I was dumb. Okay, I write with both hands at the talk at the same time. That's why I have my 3 computers to play with and have fun at the same time. When they tested me at Tewicker Junior High when I was 14, they realized I have total recall, all right, in most things, and I have an IQ of 203 for the fun of it. Is that okay? When I created my first million, all right, in the bank, I was 15 and a half years old. I invented Car Finder. So what happens is like the old series, winning the game of business. All right, from there, the new variations was the Millionaire's Founders Kit. If we today focus on income, you live off income. Your life is income. It always has been. But your paycheck is taxed before you get the leftover because you don't understand SS5. See, this is the problem. How many of you understand what an SS5 is in the first place? I'll say none of you. None of you, unless you Google it real quick. The SS5 is what happened. You or mommy filled it out. We are bonded up to $35 million apiece, okay, by our government. Can you help me use credit to buy a house? Well, first of all right, depends on the house. Is it for you or an investment property? Again, there's a difference. Can we help you get house? Yes. But, all right, let's understand. Here's wicked, okay, whatever that means. What if today, okay, you are married? We became one, my wife and I, 20 years ago. Everything should be separate. To buy that house, it should be married person, sold separate property. You never buy house joint because that's called dumb. Dumb, dumb, dumb. Why? Okay? So what happens? What has happened is very simple. If we lose our house or car, the creditor reports it to the IRS as a 1099-C. House should always be one person. It should be escrow, close, homestead, trust. Number one, if you have a house, most of you didn't do a homestead. Half of you don't know what the hell it is, and you never put an irrevocable trust. So when they sue you, they take it away. Congratulations. I have $2,500 deposit ready. Can you, what is it, scroll too fast, explain 18 division structure first. Well, first of all, you go to the 3 o'clock. I don't need your money, so money doesn't help, okay? Well, not me. All right, I control millions and billions to this day, and I don't have a problem because I don't need your money. I just want to change your life. If you get into a program at 3 o'clock this afternoon or call the office, go for it. Any program you get into, you're stuck with me anyway. I have everything I want, everything. If I want, I just go get it. It's that simple. I mean, why you make difficult things? You all make things very difficult. You don't need to. It's ridiculous. But that's you. Okay, you like to be difficult. Why? Because you've been ripped off by friends and family. All right, you dropped your score. You got stuck, can't get any more. Does the $100,000 credit require a personal guarantee or a non-recurrence? Well, you're not building credit, for you personally, unless you're going to be personally issued to you. It's in your name, so yes, you had to guarantee it. That's why you have to be a CFO. Okay, I'm ready to learn new here. Fantastic, CEO. This is Miss R.A., okay? So the first thing we do is we write down today's date. Okay, again, it's the 22nd of January, 2026. All cards fluctuate. Sticky time. What does that mean? 1970s, in the 70s, very simple. I am the consultant for TRW, became a Sperian. I'm the one who came up with the oldest card, my idea. Then I came up with the 29% rule. So let's write down 29% rule, okay? What does this mean? Every card fluctuates. If you go past 29%, you drop your score, you stuck, can't get any more. If someone pays $16,000 funding, what is the specific process of refund? Again, why are you asking dumb questions? Okay, go through the process and learn. Okay, you can spend $1 million if you want to. It's up to you. Again, structures finance. So DRE, understand structure. Okay, but again, what happens? All cards fluctuate. Sticky time, 29% rule. I developed that, and I want you to write down, all right, raise rules, 29%. Write it down. 29%. If I take this card to 30, I'm in the yellow. If I take it to 5,000, I'm in the red. This is what most of you did. You jacked up the wrong damn card. These don't fluctuate. Thank you for joining the fan club. Thank you for the hearts. So let's understand. Every one of you today, set it on your phone, your calendar, and I want you to be online with me at 3 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. Write it down. Thank you for all the hearts. I really appreciate that. You know, believe it or not, I love this. I'm fun for the last 9 weeks. So again, 29% rule, utilization. These don't fluctuate. You lost your job today, what do? Okay? First of all, what you'd want to do is basically, if you had to jack up cards, these are the cards. I have an LLC, no capital, just need to know how to get capital. All right, multifamily properties, fantastic. Okay, you're gonna back yourself in a corner. Congratulations. Okay, so understand, if it's multifamily, yes. Single family, hell no. Hell no. Okay, so what happens is very simple. If we take these cards, they do not fluctuate. That means you would jack up gold and platinum cards in an emergency case. You don't abuse credit. Unfortunately, most of you did that because you're lack of knowledge and you dropped your score, got stuck, can't get any more. That's how it works. So again, personal guarantee, we'll get 200,000 credit, all right? Well, the reality is when you get in a coaching program, it is guaranteed. If not, why would we do it? We carry a $5 million bond. Okay, no one's ever put a claim on our bond because we follow through. We follow through actually I'd say 97%. We have a 97% success rate. What does that mean? Okay, 97% success rate because 3% people don't listen. They don't know how to listen. You see, the reality is very simple. They don't listen for one reason, okay? All right, they're stuck. And that's what happens. They get stuck, and that's the way it sucks. So yes, I basically ended up having a bill owed for 193 because they owe me 385. And if you read even further, all right, they realized they were screwed up. But that's beside the point. What's it got to do with the cost for tea in China, okay? These don't fluctuate. These don't fluctuate. These what? Do not fluctuate. So the bottom line is very simple, all right? If we play the game, our first thing is these, if I jack up past 21%, I'm stuck. If I use this as discipline, these don't fluctuate. So that means very simple today. If I have lost my job, had an emergency, I don't jack up my wrong cards. You, all of you, have jacked up the wrong damn card. You backed yourself in a corner. 80, 90% of you have crappy credit because you have to restructure your debt to ratio. It's like certain cards give you courtesy checks. There's ways to reduce your debt to ratio. But again, today, if you go to the 3 o'clock live with me, you're going to get to the point you get to help yourself. No, it means simple. 3 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. Today. What do we do? The first thing is what we want to do, all right, is understand rules and tools. Rules and tools. If we don't build a foundation, we can't get where we want to go. It's not even possible. So if we build a foundation, which builds structure and finance, we're okay. I have an 804, but I'll be there. Well, I have an 804, I'll be there. Well, the reality is, I don't care your 804. Hell, I have an 844, big deal. The credit should be looked at as a review only, because what you're looking to do is get the auto income process. See, today, if you were at the 3 o'clock Pacific Standard Time today, you would find out how to create $10,000 to $100,000 a month. That's what this is about, okay? Since 1987, I help people create income. I have 37 million millionaire clients and 39 billionaires. I'm the largest registered agent in the world. You heard world before? I've sold 10 times corporations than anybody on this planet to this day. But again, what do we do? Okay, how do I get a mouse pad? Well, I guess you might want to call the office. This is winning the game of business, okay? Winning the game. Because that's what your goal should be. If we structure utilization, cards for emergency, okay, or these cards here, because they don't fluctuate, you'll never have below a 750 score if you can get the discipline down. The next thing is we take the corporation or the entity. So if we look at Supreme Court, and I'm not here to be an attorney, but I'll tell you the Supreme Court said LLC, there are 9 types, which you have, LLP, C Corp, S Corp, nonprofit, PC is a legal person. If you establish a legal person structure, whatever you might have, you could create the division process. Thank you, Jay, for all the goodies and goodies and goodies. I love that. Fantastic. Thank you. So what happens is very simple. If we have structure, that would be the parent company, and every entity called a division would have the ability to create 10,000 to 100,000 a month. That's what you want to do. Okay, are you starting from bottom? Hell, I died in a damn coma in 2009. All right, went to my mansion in Huntington Harbor, and it was stolen from me from a tax attorney. Is that starting from zero? Hell yes. But I built $1 million of credit in 6 weeks. I bought my wife her next dream estate. Again, it's simple. You can start from zero, you can start from hero, it doesn't matter. Structure builds finance in the dream. I'm sorry you've all been ripped off by friends and family, most of you. And most of you have crappy credit. Only less than 7% have good credit. The rest, it sucks. Because your utilization is what the problem is. These don't fluctuate. No, these do, but they don't hurt you. You see, corporate credit doesn't show up on personal file. Okay, it doesn't show up. All right, so what does this mean? Thank you, JJ, all the things you do. So if I have these cards, and these are $350,000 of cards, ink cards, from basically Chase. Chase is my favorite because they don't charge interest up to 22 months for personal and business credit. That's what we have to understand. If they're not going to charge interest up to 22 months, hell, that's free money. So I could basically do what? You have basically have fun and play the game. You could restructure yourself. If I get the American Express Blueprint loan, okay, it's up to $250,000. We'll chase out of the other 80%. Well, the reality is very simple, how you structure. The Blueprint loan. I would tell you to get a blueprint loan of Amex. It's up to $250,000. I'd tell you to write a check from the blueprint loan into an escrow. I'd tell you to own 25% of a Wendy's restaurant. Okay? I'd tell you, like, Brandon here knew I wrote the book on laundromats and dry cleaning years ago. But how about the payphones? 22,000 payphones back then, 6.6 million a month. But again, this is what we have to look at. We can structure the bills of finance to get to the dream. So again, it depends on what you're trying to do for you. But we have to go back to basics. First of all, today, because you're sharing the live with everybody, thank you. All right, I want you to get the free download. This is starting out right. This is free for every one of you. Okay? All right, it's in the link tree below. Get it for your kids, all right, for high school and college, and then read it yourself because you're missing rules and tools. You are missing information you need to live by, but it's going to be up to you. Now, if you don't have an LLC, C Corp, all right, S Corp, nonprofit PC, all right, LLP, it's in the link tree. All corporations are free through me. What's happened? I do not want to charge anybody for a corporation because why would you? You know what sucks? 80% of you spend thousands of dollars, all right, literally for a corporation with an attorney who's practicing law, never got it right, and you're the guinea pig. Congratulations. And you didn't learn diddly squat. Why don't you get the articles for free for the fun of it? Linktree. Pick the state you want, push the button, pay your filing fee of the state. There you go. Then I'm online basically what? 6 days a week to help you. Twice a day, Monday through Friday, and then Saturday I have 6 classes. How do I start with you, sir? Well, the reality is Bear Claw. I want you to go to the 3 o'clock today, Pacific Standard Time. Okay, have a tablet in front of you and a pen. I want you to realize what I'm going to give you is an example of a blueprint. I will teach you more than an hour and a half I think you learned in your life about personal business finance. How's that? I'll teach you how your corporation can have 18 divisions and create auto income. But it's up to you. Auto income. Thank you, RJ, for the rose. So thank you. So again, Linktree. All right, DM us. We will send you, all right, the link, all right, and here also for the 3 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. Or if you put the DM in there, no problem. One of our specialists might call you in a couple hours and say, hey, you need the link. What do you need to do to help you? Auto income sounds like a thing I would like. All of you like it, because why? Brandon, let's understand something. If today I helped you got $5,000 a month forever, would that be okay? A month. How about we change it to 10? How about we go after 100,000 a month? You see, my clients that pay attention create over $100,000 a month income to their entity, and they'll realize they do tax balancing. They will use the debt, that's free debt, to offset the taxes in the first place, what I've been teaching or preaching for rich and famous people. Then they will learn how to reference 3 times 5, which I showed Warren Buffett 39 years ago, by the way. So again, would you change my life, everything I know? Well, I'm going to change all your lives to show you what needs to be done because your problem, is you. I'm sorry. All right? You being you is your lack of knowledge. You're getting older, slower. You're not as pretty as you used to be. You might want to add some structure to that. These are representing $150,000 for one of the clients that just came in. These are 150s of B of A for every entity. That's what they're going after, 150,000 times 18. Add it up. See, money in finance, corporations, entities, you can finance and offset taxes. See, that SS5 form, all right, that you didn't, and none of you, I said you don't know what it is, and not one to ask the question. The SS5, you filled it out. You did when you were 14, or mommy did at the hospital. All right, Franklin D. Roosevelt had the Gold Act in 1934. What happens next? Okay, thank you. I became title guard. That's fine. Thank you. I appreciate that. All right, this I think is Trinity. Okay, now, all right, the Gold Act. In 1971, Nixon took the Gold Act, and then out of the equation. And then it was August in 71. So what happens? We have to realize we are bonded up to $35 million apiece by our government. Bonded. What does that mean? The SS5 is connected to the SSN and the 1040 tax return, if you connect your dots. Good morning, Brandy. Okay? 71 ended the gold act. That's right. And that's when money became no money. Came Federal Reserve note. So again, they can print more and more and more. But what happens is very simple. You or mommy fill out an SS5 form. You agreed, or mommy did this at 71, to not use your SSN. Thank you for the cowboy hat. That's cute. Don't use your SSN for ID purposes. Do not use it for what? A laminate or carry with you. You're breaking the rules anyway. That's how it works. That goes to the SSN. That's correct. So what happens is we look at different things, SS5, SSN, that's the 1040 tax return. We have the ability as an entity, SS4. All right, SS4. The SS4 gets you more. So in SS4, if we look at both of these, all right, what happens if you have a problem? That follows SS4, SSN. Who wants to be the duck or sheep? If you looked at bankruptcy code today and you had to file a bankruptcy, hopefully you don't do that, but if you had to, they're going to allow only two things, SS5, which is SSN, and SS4. That's it. I don't want you to be in the duck or sheep. All right, Eric, I want you to listen to fluctuation. I'd like you to help your kids and family. So maybe you're too stubborn to listen and learn. That's okay. Let's help the next generation. I got an 860. Well, that sounds great. It's not possible. Okay, that's hooey. The score doesn't go past 850. I have an 844. My wife has an 845. You can't get past 850 in the first place. Dashboards don't go to 860. Okay, let's talk about real reality of life, not some hooey. Starting out right is for the kids. High school, college. You teach them fluctuation because what you didn't do, all right, I don't want them to screw up like you did. You all screwed up because you didn't understand rules and tools. And that's what happens. Since I'm the guy that trained Ken Yarbrough, TRW, and Asperian, and came with the oldest card, that's what I did. What do we do? Oldest card. All right, you tell them, Ray, you're right. Well, the reality is this the way it works. If we have our cards in front of us, we put a sticky. Oldest card is history. It's how I designed it. I design in the system as a consultant behind the scenes a lot of things. What does that mean? Fluctuation. All cards fluctuate. So if you use any card you have in your personal wallet today past 29%, you're now in the yellow. At 30, all right, you're in the yellow. 50, you're in the red. If we don't get this discipline down and teach our kids not to screw up like we did, the reality is they're going to have the same problem you did. So get the free download today called Starting Out Right. It's free. It's in the link tree. Okay? Read it. You need to. These don't fluctuate. So these credit cards do not fluctuate. What does that mean? If I have lost my job or have emergency today, if I jack these up, that'd be, I can't say the word, I'm not allowed to. It'd be dumb. I mean, we're not dumb people. We're smart. But good people have bad things all the time. So what do? These do not fluctuate. You don't use and abuse these personally. You get these because you want them for safety. If all of a sudden you have a blank day, month, week, or year, crappy, well, that's why you want 100,000 of personal credit. At 100,000, the average person's in debt $29,000. That leaves you 71,000 of what? Safety credit for your family. But again, it's going to be up to you. So credit profiles need look, all right, or something to get higher limits. The reality is very simple. On my dashboard of 62 million of credit, I can get you 10,000 cards. I can get you 50s, but it's up to you. So what do? We look at what we need to do to get structured. Congratulations, Brandon. All right, lift up. Ray, all right, gift gallery. Okay, fantastic. Thank you for the gifts and all the goodies. Now, they don't fluctuate. All right, what is it again? They do not fluctuate. So our goal would be very simple today. I lost my job, got emergency, and what happens? My paycheck is taxed. I'm taxed, and I get the leftover. Everything I touch is tax, and probate again. Because you're not doing tax balancing, you bring the pain home all the time. Now, these fluctuate, these do not. Okay? So Amex puts a limit on the card. Can I get the limit lifted? Well, the reality is simple. Amanda, you don't have to put the POT. But the POT should be 100,000 anyway. That's paid over time limit. I got them 18 years ago to do a double card. They used to have to pay off the end of the month. It's unlimited. You can raise it up and away, but the reality is based on payment history. The paid over time limit is you can use the card as revolving up to that limit, whatever you have. And what happens with most people, they have 5 to 10,000, maybe 2. I get people up to 100,000 on my dashboard for you. Skippity dippity doo. There's that rhyming thing I do too. Unfortunately, ever since I was a kid, I rhymed. They told me I was dumb. Then they realized I have IQ of 203 with total recall. And I write with both hands at the same time. I thought they were the dumb ones. How's that? These don't fluctuate. Now, if we take the American Express card, all right, for what, Amanda, what you have to realize is there's a blueprint loan. Look at the blueprint loan for the business. It's $250,000. We could take that blueprint loan and buy 25% of a Jack in the Box or a McDonald's or a storage unit, laundromat or apartment complex. So it's like Amanda here needs to be at the 3 o'clock this afternoon with a tab and pen ready to go. She needs to focus. So does Mike. But again, if you're just scrolling to check things out, blah, 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 and go away, you're not going to get it anyway. But if you focus on 3 o'clock today, have a tab and a pen ready in front of you, I'm going to demonstrate a blueprint for you. I'm going to spend an hour and a half of my time, okay? And I'm up to $5,000 an hour. So I'm going to give you $10,000 of information for free if you pay attention. If you help share the live with everybody, guess what happens today? You're getting some free downloads. And I'll restructure you. Here's a person named Kat. Okay, fantastic. So again, what do? 3 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. And what do we have? We have 4:28 in the morning right now, 4:28. Okay, here, we're in Pacific Standard Time. I'm online every day at 3:15 in the morning because I'm having fun and I'm bored. I decided to help and go online to TikTok and social media 9 weeks ago. I have 25,000 followers. How am I doing so far? All right, I make millionaires and billionaires every day. If you want, I'm online 6 days a week, free. And I got 6 classes on Saturday. All right, most of it's free. You have 1 paid if you want to pay. If you don't, then that's simple. Just don't go to the class or go away. It's simple. We get to play the game to win. So if we play the game wanting to get multiple home properties, understand, multiple properties should be, it depends what state you're in. California, a fourplex is good. If it's more units, it's going to be called commercial. Okay, but again, it's up to you as well. If you're going to do real estate, think about one of these properties being under nonprofit. All right, classify hospice. Your government will give you up to $112,000 a month per property. If you do elderly care hospice. See, some of you have a single family house you're renting out and you're trusting somebody to pay the rent. Good luck with that. All right, South Carolina, these are federal and state grants no matter what you do. So if you're counting on somebody, good luck. You should count on God, family, you. That's it, money. God, family, money. God, family, money. It makes sense, huh? So my wife and I became one 20 years ago. All right, we became one, and that's what the goal should be. So if we structure correctly, that a property should be under a division of nonprofit. That is a nonprofit corporation, public benefit with a 1023 form. You get to 501c3. Trinity, thank you for the loves. Okay, I appreciate that. Now, make sure you go to, literally, okay, go to, all right, the 3 o'clock, okay, Pacific Standard Time. It is 501c3. It's a 1023 form. I'm not here to be your CPA and attorney, but I'll guide you every step of the way because it's fun. I've been studying the law in county since I could practically walk. So we could play the game to win. Every property under the nonprofit is, if you do it right, all right, it's up to what? $112,000 a month. That's right, Am. 25-20% rules, because I created it. It's called Raise Rules. Can I still live there? Well, you could, but all right, if you want to be the administrator, let's understand. Here's your problem. We got the property nonprofit. You got $112,000. Now you get a raise, or you give yourself a paycheck. You live there. Okay, now you just tied up your time. Okay, you can. All right, it's like an apartment complex. Winning the Game of Business, my first series in 1976. Driving a Lamborghini, many notes in the bank when I invented Car Finder. In page 6, it says cash flow for your time. I wrote that. I had to sue somebody who kept using it, okay? I own the rights to that. Just like the Blueprint of Success, we've had to make sure Tony Robbins quits trying to use it because we have to sue him again. So, what does it mean? You have the cassettes and the old big black tapes. But that's 1976. My point is, if you live in that hospice house, you could. But now you're stuck. See, what happens with most of you, you get stuck in this routine. What if we had a hospice house with $112,000 because you're giving us grant money for elderly care today? All right, we get it done. And then we go to the next one, the next one, the next one. I had a program in 96 called hopping. You'd hop from one property to the other. Opportunity cost. Well, the reality is, why don't you build a foundation that builds a dream, let the corporation finance itself? Here's your problem. All right, life cost. All right, so again, all right, you can complain or you can just get off your assets and go get it. Structures finance. What you're getting right now is free. You're here today. This afternoon at 1:30, it'll be free again, helping you understand. So if you're not willing to invest in yourself and change what you're doing today, then good luck. All right, it's called a bunch of crap. Okay? See, the reality is very simple. This is the book for your kids in high school and college. It's called Starting Out Right. All right? Download it. It's free today. Free, because you're here. You're on TikTok. You're on all the other things. Fantastic. What do we do? Free. Now, get it. If you want a hard copy, it's about $20. Get this. Read it. You need it. Believe it or not, you need it more than your kids do right now. Does Chase also have a blueprint loan like Amex? No, they have what's called checkbook money. Okay? Chase is 150s. These will create 150 on checkbook money, which means you don't have to pay anything until you write a check to put in escrow. See, every one of you have a problem. Can I get it in Barnes & Nobles? All right, no. Okay? All right, Barnes & Noble, no. Okay, get it through other things. There's other platforms. You got 67 books from Ray Reynolds out there, and I got other ones being edited today. But again, you can go to the link tree right there, free. So here's the thing today. If you don't have an LLC, LLP, C Corp, S Corp, nonprofit, PC, in the link tree, the corporation's free. Free. I give it to everybody for free all the time. Why? Why do people spend thousands for a piece of paper and don't know dilly squat? I have no idea. To me, that's the dumbest thing people do every day. Now you, of course. So you get the corporation, you pick the stage one, click, there you go. You pay your filing fee. Simple. So understand what happens very simple as we play this game to win. Here's cash flow. Again, you were here yesterday. Are you ever going to go to the 3 o'clock Pacific time? Are you going to write things down and go follow through? What do you need to do to qualify for Amex Blueprint Loan? That's, Amanda, there's all kinds of things you need to do, okay? There is 1,000 steps every one of you need today, 1,000. If you don't build foundation, you will never be able to go get it no matter what you do. Foundation is the key to everything else. 3 o'clock Pacific Standard Time, yes, an hour and a half class for you to help, and I'll show you how to create a blueprint, all right, for your organization. All right, for what you're trying to do, but it's up to you again. Here's Riff Doctor. You were here the other day, Riff Doctor. Okay, did you go to the 3 o'clock yet? I was waiting for Hollywood, okay? He was doing great, but then he had his cars in his trust. That's the dumbest thing I ever heard in my life. But anyway, I wanted to help him, but he didn't show up. See, the reality is I'm going to correct you. Sorry, don't get mad at me. I will show you exactly how to play the game and play to win. Where do I find the downloads? Well, in the link tree below, the download today is Winning the Credit Game. Okay, that's also all right for you too. So is the one for the kids, Starting Out Right, and Articles of Corporation. Because I get tired of watching people piss away money. It's ridiculous. So again, 3 o'clock Pacific Standard Time, all cards fluctuate. Okay, you put a sticky. You never go past 29%. These cards don't fluctuate at all. These are the cards you would use in case of an emergency. You have an old blankety blank day, okay? I just filed 2 corps. Fantastic for wasting money. Congratulations. Okay, why would you have 2? Oh, I need 5 LLCs. You listen to a circus clown. I need this and that. Stop. Okay, what you need is 1 LLC or 1 whatever you filed today, okay? And you have 9 to 18 divisions. That's what you need. All right, you need to go basically to the 3 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. Let's structure it the right way, please. You don't need 2 LLCs or 5 blah, blah, blahs. That's ridiculous. Okay, VP Properties, you were here the other day. Again, you became a client as well. Our goal is to help everybody. Do you need to join his club? Well, you don't have to, but it'd be nice. Join the fan club. Go for it. Click, click, click. Beep, 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 beep. Hit the 50,000 times. It's up to you. See, you can do whatever you want. You're in control of your life. It is God, family, money. God, family, money. Thank you, Jerry. All right, for the rose. God, family, money. What does this mean? As long as my mental capability of God is first, families, husband, wife is one, then we go get the money. That's how it works. See, the money, we have to understand credit is we have to be a CFO. Your credit needs to be looked at and don't use and abuse it. Personal credit should be $100,000 of credit because everyone's jacked up 29%. That's 29,000. That gives you 71,000 of safety. Okay. So again, what do we have? These don't fluctuate. How long have you been married? 20 plus years. How long have you been married? Okay. We became one. But I treat my wife like my girlfriend to this day. Okay. And men just have to treat them like their girlfriends forever. That's how it works. But I have 6 kids, 5 girls and a boy. How about you? But again, I don't bring the pain home. But I have everything I want, don't you? I created my first billion at 21. Structure. Why didn't you? First million in the bank, 15. Okay? Why do you, all right, not create things? When I created the Winning the Game of Business, 1976. 1976, guys, understand, how do I sign up? Go to the link tree, pay attention, Ruben, and get to what? The 3 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. I'm about how much in debt. Well, I don't care about debt. All debt can be restructured. Everything can be restructured. Rebuild it. Get back to your score. My score is an 844. It's boring as can be. My wife has an 845 today. Big deal. We do not use our personal credit besides life, and we exercise 29%. Thank you for the gift. I appreciate that. And now the corporation or the entity, all right, again, if I have an LLC, there are 9 types. LLP, C Corp, S Corp, nonprofit, PC. Supreme Court said that's a legal person. Legal what? Person. Every entity below is an entity. It's called a division process. I invented division process in 85, 86, by the way. Sorry, I cannot find the link. You're probably using your phone. Okay, go to your computer. Okay, so I had the same problem yesterday. But again, DM me in the link tree. I'll have somebody call you. They'll be here probably in about an hour and a half, 2 hours, okay? It's only 4:40 in the morning, okay? Almost 4:40, all right? It depends. So what do? We play. So they'll help you. But again, the book for the kids, starting it right, no problem at all. That's what you need because I want you to read it too. Your lack of knowledge is what's happening to you. If you build foundation, it builds the dream, and we can get past go. I don't understand, all right, you're a man, you're a woman, you're a grown-up. Why don't you have 100,000 coming in every month? What's wrong with you? Do these don't know how to work? I don't understand. Why don't you have literally today, okay, 100,000 of income? I don't understand why people make this difficult, okay? This will create 100,000 a month. You own a piece, you have a deed of trust. This is your legacy, so your family doesn't get stuck in probate. Every one of your families, all right, your parents and above, and you, and then down the next generation, you're setting up everybody for probate. That sucks. I think it's dumb, to be honest with you. But again, I studied, John D. Rockefeller and his irrevocable trust in 1934. I've been studying the law in accounting since I could walk. Okay? I wanted out of hell. Being an orphan, eating out of a trash can sucks. But I just wanted to get out of hell. So guess what? We play the game. All right? Death tax, whatever the hell that means. We have to do tax balancing. See, you get your paycheck. If you work for somebody else today, you get your leftover. You get your leftover. And this is what the dumbest thing in the world is. You allow your leftover, then everything you touch is taxed again and again. You could actually get your paycheck to equal to your write-off base and break even. It's $440 in California. Yeah, it is. $441 now. Okay. All right, Mindy, it's $441. Gotta have fun. So if we have our paycheck and look at our house payment offset tax, we could break even. Then your organization can have what's called tax balancing. There's no reason you pay as much tax as you pay because your problem is you're not structured in the first place. All right, is using a 1041. Well, again, Florida Mike, you have an SS5. Mommy filled it out, or you did. It depends on where you were born. That created your SSN, created your 1040 tax return. See, they get us coming and going, people. Come on. The time of we pass, At the hospital, that's state and federal government, they have to cancel the bond. We're born, the SS5, SSN 1040, they bond us up to $35 million apiece. See, this is how it works, people. You get your paycheck, it's taxed now. You get the leftover, and that sucks. Your lack of knowledge is why you pay too much tax. You should be doing tax balancing. But again, what can I do besides tell you what I've always done? You know, corporation, entity, whatever you have, this here is borrowed money. It's not taxable. Chase is nuts. 0% interest on personal and business card up to 22 months. Hell, that's free money. Let's finance a dream. Let's play the game. And that's what we want to do. The best way to learn. Tab and a pen, Florida Mike, 3 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. 3 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. I'll be back on TikTok for an hour and a half. But have your tab and a pen ready to go and understand I'm going to give you rules and tools. I'm going to demonstrate what I call as a blueprint. A blueprint. It'll change your life if you listen and learn. Okay? If you listen and learn. Net 30s, well, that was that. Down in Bradstreet, hell, I wrote a fast track program from there almost 40 years ago. We don't need supply and vendor credit right now. We need some freaking cash. Cash. Everything is taxed and trust. So understand. Stop. You got silly people. You need a blind trust. Peekaboo. You need this to stop. Irrevocable trust. Okay? Irrevocable trust. And yes, I'll always be rhyming all the time. That's what I've done since I was a kid. They said I was dumb because I rhyme and talk at the same time and rhyme both hands. I have total recall on most things, and I'm an IQ of 203. This is what you have to file for a trust. You still file something at the state and federal government, by the way. So you build up to a paydex. Ruben, we don't need a damn paydex today. Okay? If you want paydex, go to the cloud, so I'll help you do that too. Go to Analytical 750. They'll set it up for right now, today. Paydex is supply and vendor credit. Supply and vendor, okay? Do we need basically Home Depot right now or Lowe's or something? No. We need some friggin' cash. Cash is king and queen. Don't jack it up. Have the cards for backup. They don't fluctuate. Go get $350,000 on Chase cards alone per entity. Per entity. That's how it works. Pacific, that is 444 right now. That's right. 444. That's what it is. So Pacific Standard Time. Yes, I'm up every day at 1:45 in the morning. Why aren't you? Why aren't you? Are you sleeping in too long? I understand. Can't loan or credit with low paydex. That's crap. Ruben, that is a bunch of hooey. Okay? That is crap. I don't like dumb. Okay? I can build you $1 million of credit without a damn paydex. It's cash. Okay? Whoever tells you about paydex score, that's done in Bradstreet. I mean, that's just plain, I can't say the word stupid, but they're out because I'm not allowed to. That's called dumb. Dumb. It's ridiculous. Okay? Hell, I wrote one of their fast track programs 39 years ago. Cash credit has nothing to do with Dun & Bradstreet. That's BS, okay? You're listening to one of those circus clowns out there online. Blah, 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 blah. It's crap. I don't need a damn paydex to get cash credit. It's the dumbest thing I ever heard in my life. There's no reason we can be dumb. It's ridiculous. You have to understand these fluctuate. Sticky time. All right? These do not. Simple. What do? We learn rules and tools. For our kids, it's called Starting Out Right. There you go. Read it because you'll need it as well. What do we go back to basics? Winning the game of business. My first series in 1976. I am the oldest coach on planet Earth, by the way. 50 years helping people 6 days a week. You buy one of my programs, what happens? You're stuck with me. Hell, I'm going to read it to you. I will not allow you to screw up my programs ever. You're stuck with me. See, if somebody sells you a book, they better read the damn book to you, explain it to you. When they don't explain it to you, there's a bunch of hooey. That's what happens to everybody every day. Because no one's helping you, the reality is it sucks. See, you got to get a coach that's going to help you. I'll help you for free. You might have the programs. Can I use the kid book? Hell, all right, time lapse or whatever you said here, it's scrolling pretty fast. You need to read it yourself. Why? Because you keep screwing up. Stop it. I mean, come on. If you've been found in finance in the structure, okay, how much is your program? Who cares? Learn the free information. All right, here's the thing. All right, out of all these people, today I've got 2,100 likes. That's fantastic. Okay, primary corporation charges thousands to help you build business credit. Well, the reality is you don't have to worry about that. But again, what do you do? All right, let's build the credit and let's show you how to do it. If you want us to help you, we can do that too. Again, it's structure. How about we get rules and tools now and we can help you basically get what needs to be done. But it's your structure. Structure is the key to everything. But again, what do we do? So this is free. I like free. Don't you like free? Rules and tools. So basically what you get to do is play the game to win. But it's up to you. Okay? Where do you find your programs? Well, go to the link tree. I'd like you to show up literally, okay? All right, literally today. All right, 3 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. What's with the screenshot? I screenshot what I call as a jerk, okay? Here I'm giving free and he's talking about blah, blah, blah. I don't like jerks. There's always I was going to say shithead, but you're not allowed to say that. A turd always trying to knock you down. There's always a turd trying to give you crap. That's life. Live with it. Fight through the pain. You know, say always good. So I'll screenshot a turd so I can block the crap out of the person. Why would I want to deal with somebody's crap? Okay? Why would you deal with crap? Say always good and walk away. Always good, walk away. Structure. This is what you kids need, and you need to read it too. Here's your problem. All right, your problem is you. Okay? So my structure is pretty tight. Just need direction where to find the link tree. It's right below. It's right below. There you go. All right. Call the phone number. They'll send it to you as well. How about you DM right now, and they'll make sure someone calls you, all right, about 6:30 in the morning. How's about that? Love it. Well, the rally is very simple. Your schedule. See, here's the problem. My schedule is too tight. Then go away. 90% of you won't do crap anyway. 90% of you look and you go in and out, and the bottom line is most of you, sorry, the 90% are full of crap. They don't really want it. They want a quick answer. Woo! Hell, I don't want to give you a quick answer. I will not help any of you unless you get to know me. Period. Period. All right? I'm going to help you. Okay? Rocky, it's 800. Jay just put it there for you. Okay? So again, call the office, Linktree, all these pieces. You see, if you don't allow me to help you, I don't want you my customer. I have everything I want. I created my first billion at 21, structure. I mean, so your money has nothing to do with me. You get into programs, do it with my clients. Do it with the team in the office, no problem. I haven't had a paycheck in 40 years. Why the hell would I want one of those? Why would I want a damn paycheck? Or why? I mean, what is it going to do for me? Okay, I have everything I want. If I wanted to say, I'll just go get it. Your problem, you're stuck. It sucks. You're stuck. You got married, fantastic. Oh, goody. I think you're in the same boring routine most of your life. Boring. Boring. Because what did you do? You're not happy 100%. All right? You hate your job, most of you, and you're trying to go get it. Then you're going in and out on social media. Fantastic, fantastic. But then 80% of you, you'll never go get it because you can't listen. These don't fluctuate. All right? That they do. Understand? So I'm trying to see if you're paying attention. All cards fluctuate but two. Sticky time. I'm Ray Reynolds, the Godfather Credit. I built 60 billion over these years for my clients and myself. So what do? If cards fluctuate, you jacked it up past 29%. That's where you got stuck. Stuck sucks. Attend the live. All right, yes, at 3 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. These don't fluctuate. These what? They don't fluctuate. They don't what? Fluctuate. Thank you for the goodies and the jewels and everything else. So if you understand something, these fluctuate. Sticky time, 29%. These don't fluctuate. These cards are used for the old blankety blank day. That's my job. Got an excuse ever what? Stop worrying about what the ship bags get to class. Well, that's right. Get to the class, and that's what you need to do. It's simple. But again, sometimes it's fun arguing with people because they're always right. I'll go drive the Lamborghini Ferrari today, and you're going to go what? All right? Simple. It's not my cars. Belong to corporations. What do? Chase. 0% interest up to personal business cards for up to 22 months. The hell, that's free money. If we structure, we build structure that builds the finance and the dream. That's the goal. All right, before I have to walk around the office, do other things, and have fun. Number one, you're here today. Share the live with everybody. 3 o'clock Pacific Standard Time today. All right, look at your clock right now. It is 4:52. Got it? 4:52. You're going to get the download today, starting out right for your kids. This is the kids, okay? And what I want you to do is go to the 3 o'clock Pacific Standard Time today, 3 o'clock Pacific Standard Time live. You're stuck with me. What does this mean? Share the live with everybody. It's fun. Share with everybody. Like Mindy just said, share the live. Starting out right. This is for the kids. Read it. Get a hard copy if you need to. Hard copy costs you about $20, okay? The next thing in the link tree, you can get a corporation for free. Whatever you want today, free. See, you spend thousands for a damn piece of paper, it makes no sense. You didn't learn diddly squat. We look at that free, you pay your filing fee to the state, there you go. Then I'm online 6 days a week. 6 days a week, twice a day, all right, 5 to 6 classes on Saturday, helping you if you pay attention. If you don't, that's on you. If you want a line of credit for 150 times 18, let me know. I don't need a damn Dun & Bradstreet. That's ridiculous, okay? That's just silly stuff. Dun & Bradstreet is supply and vendor credit. Don't need that for cash. Cash is king and queen. All right? It frustrates me when people keep saying the same dumb thing again and again and again. I need a dunce number. Hell, you do not. Hell, I wrote one of their fast track programs 39 years ago. So let's do this. Okay? All right? Let's understand God, family. My wife and I became one 20 years ago. And it's money. That's the goal. So if you play this game, you get to win. It's very simple. I like winning the game. So I'm going to have to go in a couple minutes. What are we going to do? Very simple. I have to go through the office, get it set up for our first team coming in at 6 o'clock in about an hour. All right, well, I'm new here, and I need your God and your help. Well, the reality is it's our God. He loves us all. We are his children. It is always God first. Family is second. Husband and wife become one. That's the ultimate goal. And then from there, it's money. So I'm going to tell you this. I'm going to do my best. God does the rest. Amen to that too. That's how it works. All right? I meant to say I need your God typo, okay? No problem. Well, the reality is, let's play. How about today, you and I, okay? All right, get to know each other, okay? I've had 5 people. How much it cost? No. See, here's our problem. 80% of you today, all right, will scroll all over the place, social media, and you won't accomplish any damn goal. You will not accomplish a goal. Little pieces. I want a quick answer. No. If you build structure, it builds finance in the dream. That's what you should be doing today. But that's just my opinion. But I create millions and billions. I got to 3.7 billion in 2009, and I got to die in a coma. All right, my tax attorney steals my life. What do you do now? You rebuild it. You rebuild. So I've got to basically readjust the air to make sure it's not too cold. If not, our GM Brandy will go, it's too cold. It's too hot. It's just right. All right, it's too soft. It's too hard. Ay. So this is our next building. This is the Ray Reynolds University, by the way. We have 2,100 pictures in the Wall of Fame. Here's this part of the Wall of Fame. By the way, I've incorporated 3 presidents of the United States of America. Heard of them before? How about Lakers, Clippers, and Dodgers, and Angels? I am the largest registered agent in the world, and I've sold 10 times corporations than anybody on this planet. I give them for free all the time. 3 o'clock today, we will create a blueprint on this board. I'd like you to have your tab and pen ready to go. I'd like to show you what a blueprint is to change your life. You will change your life today, not tomorrow, today, okay? Because procrastination is a killer of a dream. And unfortunately, most of you, all right, not all of you, all right, you're looking for some quick answer. There's no quick answer. You will build finance. Finance will build the dream. You will understand what needs to be done. That means finance and structure builds, all right, the ability to refinance your life and get past go. Now I'm going to turn in all the lights in the call center. The paralegal department here, no problem. Okay, our genius Daniel in the corner when he gets here, because he's our IT engineer. Turn on the lights for him as well and have some fun. So what do we do? Now, in the call center on the wall, you'll see something. It might be backwards because it's on the cell phone. It'll say, make a friend, make a buck. Why? Because for me, I don't want to help you till I get to know you, okay? I don't want you spending money until you basically know how to invest in yourself and structure, okay? So what we get to do is understand the structure is finance in the dream. You have to slow it down a little bit and understand what needs to be done to get past what I call go. Someday these people in the sales department will push their damn chairs in, okay, in the break room, okay? It always bothers me. But anyway, what can you say, okay? But anyway, let's have some fun. So today, if you're on the live at 3 o'clock Pacific Standard Time, you're stuck with me, okay? That means very simple, okay? We're gonna teach you how to play. Now, I'm in the women's bathroom. Isn't that terrible? Well, they have candles. Someone's gotta light them, why not? So their candles lit, fantastic. Now, 100 employees you hire today, okay? 100 of them, 80% of them suck. Did I say that out loud? 80% of the people who hire aren't worth a damn. They don't care about anybody but themselves, and they're lousy employees. What will happen is, if you understand, 20% are the ones you want to keep. 20%, now here's in the men's bathroom, okay? So I have to light their candle. So 20% of the people you hire will be great, and the 20% will help get rid of the 80% that suck. Why? They want their bonus, they want their raises, they want their goodies as well. So guess what happens? So Cole, let's basically play and let's have some fun. 3 o'clock Pacific Standard Time today, okay? Just got to turn all the lights on. And it says RR. I wonder if that's Ray Reynolds. He's the godfather of credit. Oh, by the way, that's me. We get to play the game to win. Is that what we want to do? Let's play today. Let's create a blueprint for you, okay? But let's get past go. I think most people are stuck. That sucks. Can you imagine, okay? All right, going to that job you hate every day, okay? And you're stuck, but you have to support your family. What if we had structure, finance, and within 12 months or less, you've obtained $100,000 a month income to your organization, and you did tax balancing for your personal life. And on top of that, now you have 100,000 coming in, and you're on top of the game. When I wrote it in my first system, Winning the Game of Business in 1976, I'm the one that owns the rights of cash flow for you per time. Other people tend to want to use it, and they have to get sued as well. But again, share the life with other people and have fun. Just like Tony Robbins trying to use Blueprint of Success, I own the rights to that. So he gets told all the time through the attorneys, stop. See, I don't like circus clowns. So that's what I see out there all the time in the social media. This is my 9th week helping people on social. I used to write checks for hundreds of thousands, millions of bucks just to be on radio and TV, and I'm nationwide on that anyway. What do? Today, you go to the live at 3 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. You DM right now, okay? Get the book for the kids, starting out right. If you need Winning the Credit Game, it's there as well. And on top of that, if you need your articles of corporation, it's free too. See, I want to help you get past go. All right, most of you are stuck. All right, that's just what I believe. I'll help you get through that process, but only 20% of you will follow through. The rest of you just want some quick answer, blah, blah, blah. That's right, you'll be back, because if you don't learn how to play my way, you're stuck. I'm Ray Reynolds, the godfather of credit, built $60 billion of credit over these years for my clients and myself, and having fun. Today, it's been fun. I've had a great time having fun. Thank you for the loves, the hearts, and all the goodies. But I want you to be online today at 3 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. Pacific Standard Time. I want you to be online, okay? I want you to invite all your friends and family, because I want to help them all, okay? Wishing money legal. Well, the reality is you build structure because that's what you want to do, okay? You have to do everything legal if you're going to be RICO. Maybe you're going to do one of those things where, I'm rich, look at me, don't buy a house. That's a circus clown out there. Maybe you can talk to him if you want to listen to clowns. If you want basically the real rules and tools, I'm here today, 3 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. DM me. If you need to call the office, all right, an hour from now, they'll be open. It's only 5 o'clock in the morning. It's 5:01. Or it's 800-254-9506. 800-254-9506. It's in the link tree as well. So I hope to see you later today at 3 o'clock to change your life. But it's going to be up to you if you pay attention. Set it in your cell phone. All right, I'm Ray Reynolds. So I'm going to do my best. God does the rest. Amen to that too. And never forget, at the end of the day, God loves us all.